everyone, GamerJlee here, and recently many people have been talking about and speculating on the idea that Halo Infinite will have a Battle Royale mode when it launches later this year. Now, we will go over this supposed evidence that these content creators supposedly have seen, because I'm going to give you something that they aren't. I'm going to give you context and explain to you why this is a giant nothing burger, because in truth, all it is a bunch of fake hype. So where did this all come from? Why do I want to talk about it now? And why are all these douchebags on your thumbnail? All to be answered in due time, my good viewer. So a little while ago, Esports Talk, one of my favorite esports channels, as well as many of my friends, made this video right here. Halo teases BR again. Nickmercs, Dr. Disrespect, encourage, respond. Now, I want to make something perfectly clear before I go over this. I like Jake Lucky. I think the work he and others on this channel do is quite good, but a lot of the context is missing from this video. Honestly, I feel that Nickmercs, Dr. Disrespect, encourage are pushing Halo Infinite hype to the point of blindness, but we'll get into that shortly.
And with that release, will there also be a Battle Royale is the giant lingering question. Last time we talked about this just a couple months back was the first time they tweezed at the potential of a new game mode, that being a Halo Battle Royale, with a response tweet that didn't get too much traction, only caught a few eyes, but now it's a second tweet and what people see as a second teaser of a Halo Infinite Battle Royale. And can we be seeing a Halo BR that's not the actual BR? Let's find out. As months ago, it was in a response saying nobody's going to miss the drop, are they?
Okay, so this is the initial tweet that started all the speculation around the idea of Halo Infinite having a Battle Royale. This tweet right here from Halo responding to Taco Bell and Xbox. Nobody's going to miss the drop, are they? This was the first time that they supposedly tweeted, and I want you to look at a couple things. First of all, who they're replying to. Taco Bell and Xbox. You're already getting what I'm pointing at here. And then you also have to look at the date, November 2nd, about a week before the actual Xbox Series X was launched. So I wonder what this tweet could possibly be about. I mean, it couldn't possibly be about the launch of the Xbox Series X, could it? Yeah. That's all it is a response to Taco Bell, who says this: don't miss your shot at being a winner. Only a few more days left. Enter for a chance to win an Xbox Series X. Showing a gif of a kneeler shooting off names of people who won the Xbox Series X contest. This is the drop that it's referring to. The gif that they're using is one that they use many times over on their Twitter repeatedly when they're replying to someone. I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen that Halo 2 anniversary cutscene warthog in a reply to Twitter gaming or something like that. This has nothing to do with Battle Royale. And like Jake Lucky said, this was a response that didn't get a lot of eyes. So let's let this one slide. Let's let this one slide and just say, okay, it was a misunderstanding, but people just saw the word drop and automatically assumed it had to do with Battle Royale.
And a second tweet, just in more recent memory as well, guys, a few days back, they have now said only the hottest of drops. And yes, an obvious hint at Battle Royale drops. Dropping in Battle Royale is a very common phrase. It could mean a lot of things in the Halo realm, though, because 343 members continue to kind of just back away from the idea of the BR not just being a rifle, but an actual Battle Royale.
And here's where we need to add some more context. So you see the tweet here, only the hottest of drops.
Smiley face,
flaming emoji,
with a gif of an ODST drop pod falling from orbit onto the Halo ring. Now, this is the tweet that every content creator, every FaZe Clan douchebag jumped on and just threw out the assumption that this was them teasing Battle Royale, where if you actually look at the tweet they're responding to, it's from Jeff Keighley, the host of the Video Game Awards, saying new Halo Infinite screenshots have been released. it was the drop of news, the hottest of drops, the hottest of Halo news content. This has nothing to do with Battle Royale. And this is why this next section of this video is going to be so frustrating, because they took something that was absolutely taken out of context and turned it into, we are for sure getting Battle Royale and Halo Infinite, guys. This has to be because they're dropping. It's a drop. It's hottest of drops. Even though this, again, has to do with the Halo lore, orbital drop shock troopers, ODSTs. How is this so hard for them to understand? And what's more frustrating for me is that some of these guys talk about how big of Halo fans they are when they can't even put the pieces together, but they're more so thinking only of, how can I get more numbers? How can I get more clicks? So let's go ahead. Let's actually start watching some of these responses and see what Courage, Nickmercs, and Doc have to say, because honestly, this is where things are going to get fun.
But now we have tons of creators also responding to this second teaser. I'm going to play for you guys a couple of clips of Nickmercs, Courage, Dr. Disrespect, but also those guys responding to the tweet. And everyone's wondering, all right, if you're going to tease it this much, is it actually going to happen? As Cloaksy responds saying, don't play with my emotions. King Richard says, wait, hold the F up. Y'all better mother effing not. Nickmercs says, excuse me. And Dr. Disrespect says, I've been saying it for years. If done right, it could be something special. And Vihastra, who we've talked about a lot over the past week, says potential to be BR to end all other BRs. Special might not be enough.
Now, we're not even into the true responses of these guys, but just seeing that alone, how do these guys handle their social media? I really am wondering that. Do these guys just see something and just instantly program in their mind, oh my God, Battle Royale says that we're dropping it. They're dropping, drop. Is that all these guys can think about? Is that really how their mind works? Context matters, but I guess it doesn't matter if you're getting paid millions of dollars and you have fans that will listen to every single word you say, and you can just get away with hyping up a big old nothing burger. But let's continue on to the actual responses, because this isn't even where I get the most pissed off.
Yeah, like it's 2021 and we don't have a Halo BR yet, you know what I mean? But they're teasing it on Twitter. Cool, great.
No, Nick, they're not teasing it on Twitter at all. You're just jumping to assumptions and listening to absolutely no one. You don't do any kind of research, any kind of context, nothing. You just jump on things. So, you know, what could I expect from someone who joined FaZe Clan, who has the biggest douchebags in the world running their payroll?
Because this guy tried to grab my girlfriend's ass.
Imagine if Halo released on time and they had a polished BR coming out right now, it would take over everything because of where gaming is right now.
It really would. It would take over everything.
Like,
it would take over everything, man. Halo BR is fucking so easy. It's just an easy make. The game already has the foundation. You just gotta hit enter.
I'm not going to disagree with him there. Halo does have a great foundation, and it probably could work extremely well into a Battle Royale, but I'll save that bit for whenever I give my opinion on the idea of a Halo Infinite Battle Royale. But I kind of want to give Nick more credit here than Courage. He does show some semblance of actually realizing that they might have missed something here.
You think they're gonna do it though? I mean, I saw 2 of those tweets,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, what
No,
the f? You know what I mean?
dude.
You really think so?
I 100% think so.
Really?
I actually have no doubt. Yeah. I
Bro,
mean,
it's been 5 years where BR's been pretty damn popular, and they haven't touched it. So, you know, I'm just saying.
And there's the statement of the century right there. He literally starts to question if they'll actually do it, and Courage is like, yeah, 100%. They're gonna for sure do it. Yep, no doubt in my mind. Absolutely no doubt in my mind. I am jumping on this train 100% with you. He literally did confirmation bias that this is going to for sure happen. He literally pushed that narrative so deep into Nickmercs' head that now he's sniffing his own farts and believing this bullshit's gonna happen, even though there has been no glimpse at all at a Halo Infinite Battle Royale besides rumor. And even the things that you're basing your theory on, it has nothing to do with it. If you just took a minute to look at some context, then you would understand that there is no reason to why this would have anything to do with a Halo Infinite Battle Royale. But then he does say something that catches my interest. He does say that it's been 5 years and Battle Royales have been pretty damn popular for 5 years and they've done nothing. This is where I really question a lot of these guys' role in the Halo community and what they have to do with Halo, because it would be pretty, you know, understandable to see that their last game that they produced was Halo 5. Halo 5 Guardians was their last game, a game that was focused around competitive. Not many people enjoyed it, to be honest, at least in my side of the community. And then they did nothing. They had to go back and fix a game that came out in 2014 that was completely broken at launch and is still broken for the most part to this day. It is that simple. They haven't had time to work on a battle royale because they can't even get their games to have solid launches. They can't even get their games to run consistently for more than a couple years. And even then, there are tons of issues left, right, and sideways throughout the lifespan of those games. Asking of why they haven't jumped on a battle royale game, they've kind of had their hands full, and even then, they could have done something, but they're incompetent. 343 Industries is not capable of this kind of scope.
Yeah, they have to. They have no choice.
We'll see. I hope you're right.
And if I'm wrong,
If they do, I'll see you guys later. You know what I mean? I'm never playing.
I've been Halo.
That is true. That is true.
MLG Meadows 2008.
Yeah, yo, Tim, you gotta try to play with us on this, right?
And this to me kind of shows where their mindset is, because it seems like they're so disassociated with Halo that they don't seem to realize all of the trips and stumbles and fall that the Halo series has suffered over the past 10 years. They're still thinking of the good old MLG days of Halo 2 and Halo 3. They're not thinking of the past 10 years of horse shit that has been shoveled onto the Halo community. They're thinking of the good old days, the days of the MLG insane tournaments that we used to have, all the good old days. Well, guys, if you haven't been really part of Halo and you haven't consistently been playing the game since 2002, 2004, then you've missed out on a lot of shit. And I don't blame you for not wanting to be a part of it.
The landscaping. Halo Infinite. Did they kind of confirm a battle royale? I think they did.
And this is where I get the most pissed, because Doc has been the most adamant about how much he's loved Halo. He's talked about this on his stream consistently about Halo and having the idea of a Halo battle royale. This is confirmation bias. This is him wanting this so bad that he's willing to lie to himself and his audience that this is for sure going to happen, when all it would have taken is him looking at a little bit of context and seeing what it was responding to. But no, we're gonna jump on the giant hype train of Halo Battle Royale. Now, I will get into my opinion about the idea of a Halo Battle Royale, but this man, this 7-foot-tall giant, shoves his foot so far down his own throat that he's walking like a goddamn midget. Let's listen to this, because it's gonna get heated. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is going to get heated.
They wouldn't say that and not have one, because they're going to piss off so many people, right? That'd be the wrong thing. So they've already committed. Like, they've committed. They pretty much committed. Because if they don't, people are going to be pissed off.
Do you not hear the words that are coming out of your mouth? Is that wig on your head cutting circulation to your brain? They did not commit to anything. There was nothing there to commit to. You are taking something completely out of context. This is why I get so frustrated with these kind of content creators that cannot see past one single tweet. This is the confirmation bias. And the only reason why people would be pissed off is because you, Courage, and Nickmercs are spouting this to your audience, that it's 100% happening. This is why I hate the idea of hype. Hype is objectively bad for the gaming industry and for the communities that we love. And this is the kind of shit that ruins entire game series. And this is one of the things that's going to kill Halo Infinite, because you've got Courage, you've got Dr. Disrespect, and Nickmercs doing this confirmation bias, saying that this is for sure happening. And basically, if they don't give it to us, everyone's gonna be pissed. They haven't said anything. There's no confirmation from 343 Industries. I hate to defend them, but there hasn't been any kind of info proving that this is happening. But you're not going to do that. You're not going to do your due diligence. You're not going to give your audience an honest opinion. You're just going to spout what you see and hope to God you get it right. And they're not going to care. They're not going to hold you accountable for that. They're not going to hold Nickmercs or Courage accountable. They're just going to sit there and eat it up. And then they'll just be as pissed as you are whenever it doesn't happen. And then they're going to blame 343.
So a battle royale is coming. 100%.
You just gotta love when a person's own stream tells the audience what to do, because literally he gives this terrible take of they're 100% doing a battle royale, and then his little audio music in the background says, I gotta get out of here. Yes, you gotta get out of here because this is a garbage take with no context, no proof, nothing. This is just so bad and it gets worse.
Man, I hope they have 200-300 people. They can make it competitive though too, if they really wanted to. Like they can have like a rather than it, like what is an ideal player count for Halo? I think you can get away with like 120, 150 players, 200 players. Yeah, I feel like having more players wouldn't necessarily. Speaking for Halo, I'm thinking they can go high. They can start off. I think they can get 150 in there.
Oh, you just gotta love whenever these content creators that obviously do not play these games and have not played the franchise consistently for the past 10 years have these ideas that Halo can go high for their player base. They can go extremely high for these numbers. These guys can barely keep a lobby of 18 players in a lobby in a game of Warzone, of their own game, of not Call of Duty Warzone, but Warzone. They can barely keep those lobbies together. They can barely keep the MCC's big team battle lobbies together. You're expecting them to do 150 to 200 players, 100 players to 300 players. You said 200 to 300 players. Now I like the idea of 300 Spartans duking it out, battling it out, and so on and so forth. But no, they do not have those kind of consistent servers. They do not have that kind of consistency when it comes to the performance of their games on a basis like that. I like the optimism, but I just don't see it happening.
I'm just like, I'm curious though. You can't just drop them in. What I don't want to see, maybe that's the angle we'll take. What I don't want to see is them replicate what's already out there, and that's it. Like a bare bones kind of half-ass little introduction. I feel like they could redesign the game concept of being the last team or the last player alive, and what that journey is from 150 players to one person. What is that journey? What happens?
And I've got to give this to Doc here. The way I'm watching him, I'm watching his facial movements. I'm watching how he's saying this. He's saying this from a fan. He is saying this from a fan who obviously understands the original Bungie era of Halo. He's looking at this from a story perspective, a lore perspective, because he knows how in depth the lore of this series is. He's like, they could do a whole introduction. It could be entirely different than what anything has been done, because I don't want them doing the same bullshit of jumping out of the plane, jumping out of the ship, doing, this. They could do something entirely different. And I agree wholeheartedly, Doc. There's a lot of people want this, and I would be okay with it. I'm going to talk about my opinion shortly, don't worry. But if they were to do a battle royale, what I would like to see them do is something like the introduction to Halo 3 ODST story mode, where you're on a frigate, you're flying over the city or flying over an island on Zeta Halo, and you have to look down, see where you want to drop, and you have to confirm it with your team, and you drop and you can course correct, and you're seeing it from that perspective of the drop pod coming down from orbit. That would be so cool. That would be such a unique experience, and I think it would work so well with the idea of Battle Royale, because that's what orbital drop shock troopers have been about. Now, the question is, do you play as a Spartan? Do you play as an ODST? What would that experience be like? What he's saying, I'm interested in having this discussion. If I could have a discussion with Dr. Disrespect about this idea, this concept that he's thinking about, totally fine. But if you want to say that they're 100% doing Battle Royale, I gotta say, no way, Chuck. That hasn't been confirmed. And once they do confirm it, then hey, I will say, hey, there you go. There's your true confirmation. There's where you can start getting excited and start pushing out the idea of a Halo Infinite Battle Royale, but there is no confirmation. I don't hate Dr. Disrespect. I don't hate Nickmercs. I don't hate Courage. but I hate when people do really shitty takes and spread misinformation. I hate confirmation bias, and I hate whenever people get undue hate for something that they never said. And that's about it from all these content creators and what they had to say about the Halo Infinite Battle Royale. Now, I know there's been other videos covering other things Kurt just said. I haven't looked into that. I'm going on based off of what he said in this live stream, what we have seen. But here's what I honestly think. Do I think that they're working on some sort of Halo Infinite Battle Royale? Possibly. It is a strong thing, and they are focused on a free-to-play games as a service model for Halo Infinite's multiplayer. Is it possible? Yeah. But do I think it's going to happen day one? No, I don't think that's going to happen, because here's the truth. If you've been a Halo fan for as long as I have, I've been a Halo fan for nearly, I would say 18 years. I was sold on the idea of this universe, and I've been in love with it ever since. Now, has it been a love-hate relationship? Yes, because sometimes they do something you absolutely love and they respect the franchise that you have been a part of for 18 years, and then they do something extremely idiotic. With a battle royale like this, if they were to do a battle royale in Halo Infinite, do I think that they would be having 150 to 300 players? No, I don't think so at all. I think at most you'd be getting 60 players, the same amount you get in Apex Legends. And the reason why I say that is because they cannot have consistency. That's one of the biggest problems, like I mentioned earlier, about Halo. Multiplayer wise, their service is shoddy. Their servers don't work half the time. There's latency issues. There's issues with player connections from one player to another. Even if they're on dedicated servers, there are tons of issues that people run into. The truth is, do I want there to be a Halo Infinite Battle Royale? I would like it. I think that would be fun. I think it'd be something that I could get my, sink my teeth into. But do I think that these tweets that got put out the other, about a month ago and then in the past, do I think that these are confirmation that's happening? No. Because if you follow the Halo track record of what they tweet out and all the different things they do, you know that they consistently use these same GIFs over and over and over again. They mean absolutely nothing. And I'm not someone who normally defends 343 and tries to clear up any misunderstandings, because I think they should do that themselves. But whenever stuff like this happens and you've got the fan bases of three major creators all looking at them and listening to what they have to say, and this misinformation being spread to the community, it is really hard for me to not want to step in and say, guys, you may want to do a double take, because this is being taken completely out of context and you're doing something that's honestly going to do more damage than good. But those are just my opinions at the end of the day. I hope that Jake Lucky and those guys really do maybe do a little more due diligence, because I respect Jake Lucky. I respect esports talk. I respect all the people on that team. They've done a great job. But when it comes to this one, I think that there's a lot of context missing. That's just my opinion. What are yours? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And if you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a like on it. If you dislike it, go ahead and leave a dislike on it. You can follow me on all of my socials down in the description box below. Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Discord, everything all down in the description box below. But that's gonna do me for today, guys. So as always, GamerJlee signing out.